Well, I did some upgrades. So anyway, we broke a few of these lights. They were too tall. I put an extra pole to it. I took the pole out. I drilled holes in, as you can see. And what happened was you couldn't extend it, these first two. So what I did was I removed it. I shortened it. So now when we sit, at least we'll be, level of what this is. Okay. So that way we don't have to worry about going underneath the branches and trying to dunk, and the branch just breaks it off. Okay, that's what happened last time with this one. This is why it's hanging the way it is. I'm trying to get it to glue. It's snapped in here. It's these camera holder things are plastic. Don't buy this one. If you can, buy this one. This one sits more flat than this one. This one won't go on right. If you want to use this type of light anyway. $20 light off Amazon. It's got the green, red. So, okay, everything's right. The green is on the right side. Will be the front. When you flip it up, that's the front. I want to be able to reach the button and touch the button. Got my anchor system on. I had to remove this on the side instead of the front because when I had this on over here, up and down, I was hitting my kayak and I couldn't sit this in my kayak. So, now I got it on the side here where it overhangs. I got that much, and now this will fit inside of there. Same way with this one. I had to move that from here where I broke this out. It broke last time. I put a big washer, a bolt, and I don't know. I tightened it up. I had my seat against it. My seat, it sticks out like this. Okay, that piece of pipe sits like that. My seat went against it. I pressed my seat. I was sitting back. I don't know. I didn't have any room back here to go back further. It cracked right now. It broke it. So I changed it up. I got this overhang here now. What happened was this was hanging that way. I had to turn it because I couldn't open my crate. So I fixed that. I've drilled holes in for bungee cords to put stuff on top. I got bungees inside, Dollar General. They were cheap. I made a top before, as you guys told. I took another crate like these. I chopped the bottom off right along there just to give me that. That's what that is, to add on top. And then you take zip ties, you drill a hole out here, and then you drill a hole out down below. And when you go to open it, you give yourself just enough zip tie to where it'll open, and it'll be flush when it opens. You gotta keep tightening them and tighten them until you get it to where you want it. So there's that. Okay, I got my light, which is basically like my flagpole too. It's orange. I'm still probably gonna put a flag on here somewhere. I don't know, maybe over there or something. My camera goes here, GoPro, phone, camera, whatever. A battery goes here. This is a Steamaroo. I think you get them on steamaroo.com, 20 bucks, 25 bucks. It's a GoPro holder slash phone holder. It won't hold a phone if you got a big camera phone, like a, I don't know, a big Android smartphone. Plus the case, it won't hold it. It's not very big. It won't hold probably the newer phones, the great big ones. But it'll hold my battery banks or whatever you want to call them, bank packs, whatever. It'll hold them in there, and I got like a piece of rubber there. They're junk. Don't depend on them. It's fraying. It's breaking. Yeah. Don't depend on these, but this is a nice thing to have to keep your camera, backpack, whatever there. Okay, so there's that. This is how I record. I put my GoPro here, put my battery pack here. It's a big long one, 10,000 milliamp, whatever. It'll last me most of the day. So there's that. Then I had an old flashlight. It's an old flashlight, okay? A big, long flashlight my dad got from his job. It stopped working, but it's got a place on the bottom to where it's got a stopper. So what better than a fishnet? It's collapsible. It folds out into a fishnet. And what better than to stick that down inside of there like that. So now I got me a fishnet. I've always keep going out I catch a fish, you know, you're in a kayak, you're sitting down, you're against the water level. Get it up to the water right here, you try to pull it into the boat, and it gets off all the time on me. You know, it's all the time the problem. So I needed a net. So, you know, it's not a very big one, but it works. It's what I needed. Got it. When I'm sitting down, I can reach behind me. I can grab it. Ta-da. Don't ask about all this. This is a lot of work. I got in dirt and plastic, everything all over me. That crate that I did before for the sun dolphin, as you can see, it's not square. I had to cut it, chop it. I don't like it. I might have to redo it. This was a red crate. I painted it. The paint didn't stick very good. It was a bad idea. I need to find me a couple more of these, so I can do away with this and make a new one. And hopefully this next time I don't have this problem where I pizza sliced it and I took too much back here. So as you can see, it's way too much, you know. So maybe I could make that look better next time. Next time I build another one, and it'll be black instead of red, so I don't have to paint it this time. So anyway, yeah, that's what I got. What else to add? I don't really know right now. I might add a fish rod holder back here, like, or a set of 3 maybe later. So that way I got, you know, 3 rod holders. But I don't like them sitting straight up, because the more high up something goes and you go on through the creeks and underneath tree limbs and all that, the easier it is to break stuff like that. So I might not do that. I've already got, you know, fish rod holders inside of a kayak that sit like this, you know, at an angle. So they're more closer to the water than they are straight up. So I don't know. Maybe later we'll add a fish rod holder. But that's basically how I'm doing. Oh, and you know, as I said, I barely fucking made that. Just barely made it. Sorry about my language, but what I had to do was I drilled a hole out here to match perfectly. I put a long enough bolt to where I'd push it out just barely enough to clear that, so I don't break this. Because I'm scared I'm going to break this if I put any more pushing it out. And it'll help. That might actually help. Instead of being straight up, now I get less view of the sky, and it'll point me down more with my camera this way. Like, you know, instead of looking like this, I'm going to look like this. So now you might be able to see me a little better here compared to there, you know. You'll be able to see me better, grab a fish and all that, hopefully. But raising this, it doesn't help. But so, anyway, that's what I got so far. And I got an underwater piece to do underwater stuff, but yep, that's my kayak crate build. If it gives you guys any kind of ideas, cool. These are PVC pipe. If you could, I would have bought black, so you ain't got to paint them. You ain't got to worry about this scratches and shit like me. It's a PVC pipe, drain plug on the bottom. You can see all the, you can see through there how it's plastic. It's a piece of plastic, 3-inch, I think. 3-inch PVC, 3-inch drain plug piece at the bottom to keep that in there so no water go collect in there, you know, or wash itself out. And it holds my anchor system. I got my anchor, you know, this was a scuba diving piece, 300-foot piece of rope. I think it'd be good enough for this. It's small enough to where if I need to cut this, I can cut this with rope. It's strong enough to hold me in place for the time being. It's not the best because, you know, as you can see, in order to get this to come out, I have to hold this lever back. But, you know, at the same time, I don't have to worry about drilling holes in my kayak, which I don't want to do, and mess anything up. The less holes, the better. The more I keep my money value in my kayak. I'm already scratching the bottom up, so it's enough work for me as it is. And then next, I got some wheels. I need to figure out how to put the wheels on here. I need to mount them on this thing somehow to where they are quick disconnect, so I can hook it up into my kayak and I'm not dragging my kayak anymore. I've been driving, you know, around and going to these places with concrete, a long walk across concrete, and we forget our wheels. And what happens is, yeah, really bad. And with due time, you know what's going to happen is it's it's gonna put a hole in it. So that's not good. So, you know, time for some wheels. I got 2 Propels Kayak crate carts, so now I gotta figure a way to put them on here. Then I'll be good to go. So, hope you guys learned something. I hope this helps you in some way. Oh, and then I took okay, I got glue setting up on behind this a little bit, but I took some kind of hanger bracket. I don't know what it's from. It's got a hole in it, okay? And what I did was I did run bungees up here down to there, but I realized, this is in my way. So what better idea than have a bungee already made into it and just stick them up into there. But the problem is, you know, I got is a little lever, and now it's harder to get to that lever if I have to, you know, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it keeps this down, it won't come open, fly open. So anyway, that's my kayak crate build.